Hi, I'm Mark with Superjet Sewer and Drain Cleaning. What you're about to witness is based on fact. Some may find it fascinating, while others may find it frightening. What follows is a prediction based on simple past experience and known facts. This is the definitive tell-all for cleaning landscape drains. The first thing you need to be aware of is that typically there is no code or official standard for the installation of residential landscape drains. This almost always results in some very poor installation practices without any rhyme or reason for what they've done other than they used what they had available on the truck. It's painfully obvious that when the lines were installed, no one was thinking about how or even if someone was going to be able to clean the line in the future. Unfortunately, we've seen many installations where it was literally impossible to clean the lines because of the way they were installed. You can believe me, if past experience is any sort of a guide, and it is, it has absolutely nothing to do with how much you paid for your house. The pipe is usually thin-walled plastic and quite flexible, and because of that, it doesn't stand up well to roots. If you couple that with the fact that most of the time the joints on these installations are not glued, you have a recipe for some serious trouble. The joints tend to leak little by little over time, and that brings in the roots. After 5, 10, 15 years of that drip feed system, it's a fair bet that roots are going to be a part of the problem. If the roots are occupying more than 30 to 40% of the pipe, that makes things very difficult. Not everything can be cleared. If your pipe looks like a stuffed sausage and it's under dirt, dig it up. It won't be cost effective to hydrojet unless you're trying to avoid breaking up some concrete. There's also a limit as to how much physical force the thin wall pipe can withstand. It's not designed or intended to be subjected to the kind of heavy-duty force that is required to remove a severe root problem. It becomes a delicate balancing act between how much force is required to remove a root mass versus what can the pipe withstand. It's also common for the roots to actually distort the pipes to the point that they're no longer round, and that can easily prevent the passage of drain cleaning equipment. The distortion of the pipe also causes it to split. That splitting allows even more roots to enter the line. The next thing to consider are the actual pipe fittings. There are two specific fittings that are commonly used, and they are both the kiss of death. They are the T-fitting and the hard 90-degree turn. The T-fitting leaves everything to chance. You have no control over whether you go left or right when your tool goes down the line. Only one of those directions is the right way that leads you to the outflow. Unfortunately, as bad as one is, we often see them used in series, making successful drain cleaning extremely unlikely. The hard 90-degree turn fitting is a nightmare in the making because it takes all the momentum out of the flow of the water, and this allows sediment to collect in the line. The hard direction changes also make it difficult for drain cleaning equipment to pass through the pipe. Once again, one is bad enough, but we see them used in series, one after the other. It's a nightmare, and it makes it much more likely that anybody who runs drain cleaning equipment in the pipe can get stuck. All right, let's put this into perspective. There isn't any code for the installation of the pipe, and the pipe layout is a mystery. We don't know what fittings were used, and we don't know the extent of the material blocking those lines. That being said, with all this stacked against us before we even start, we have an excellent success rate. We find that we're successful about 70% of the time. When we can't get through, we're able to pinpoint the trouble spot for the homeowner to follow up. We've been doing this for over 15 years. We're very good at what we do. Don't take my word for it. Look us up online and make sure to check out the links in the description of this video. And when you call for service, the very first thing you need to make sure of is that the drain curb outlets in front of your house aren't blocked by your neighbor's car. We can't service what we can't get to. I'm Mark with Superjet Sewer and Drain Cleaning. Thank you for watching.